Welcome back, my beautiful friends. This is Vanessa with All Things Vane. So today I went ahead and recorded a quick meal that I did for my children. It was a quick breakfast. So I grew up in the age of hot dogs and eggs, weenies con huevo in Spanish, and it was a pretty simple meal. Inexpensive. Nowadays, nothing is inexpensive. Hot dogs cost a lot. But I chop up 3 hot dogs, and right now you see me getting my organic eggs from my chickens. Yes, I have chickens. Right now, the only ones that are laying are the Easter eggers and the olive eggers. So you'll see some blue and some greenish eggs. Um, the big difference for me with organic eggs, so these eggs, I wash them and then I store them in the refrigerator. Let me go back and explain that. So the reason I washed them was because we already had them for about 2 weeks on the counter. After that, I mean, they're good for a long time. They have something called a bloom. When the chicken lays the egg, this bloom comes out of the chicken, of course, and it protects the egg from going rotten or any kind of like infection to go in there. So it helps the egg during the incubation process not to get, rotten. So you can leave that on the egg and it'll last for up to, I believe, like a month, 2 months. But I wash it off and I put them in the refrigerator. Now you may go, 2 months. If you notice, I'm showing you the eggs. The difference between store-bought eggs, if you notice that brown one, it was a store-bought. The color is not in the inside. I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know why it doesn't go into the inside, but I also have some Sussex speckled hens that lay brown eggs, and the color is all the way in the inside. And so it's, sorry about that. It's the same with the olive eggers and the Easter eggers. They're blue and the green colors carry in. So I had washed those eggs, washed the bloom off, and put them in the refrigerator. Now you're seeing me add the hot dogs to the oil. I make sure the oil is on and hot, and I add the hot dogs in there. I am at this point, it looks like I'm mixing, but I'm not. I'm trying to set them all down as flat as possible, and then I let them sit for a minute and I mix. The reason why is because if you don't, you can let them sit for about a minute or so, but they tend to burn. So I don't like them burnt. My children don't like them burnt, so I just go ahead and keep rotating them every few, like about 30 seconds. And so as you can see, they're starting to brown. Now I do take out that excess oil in there from the hot dogs. But at this point, this is what I'm doing. Now I am showing you how they are browning, and that's the color that my kids like them. Some people like them toastier than others. Again, I just grew up in this generation where that's what we ate. So the reason why I crack eggs into a glass container is because I've always heard that the eggshells fall to the bottom. Now, that hasn't necessarily been true for me. I've experienced the egg shells like floating to the top. But if you leave it a long enough time, it does do that. So I just crack them in a glass container just to make sure that there are no eggshells in there. And as you saw, I did drop one in, but pulled it out. If you do get one in, actually, if you use the eggshell itself as a spoon, I'm not sure why the little piece of eggshell is attracted to it. So, I've added these eggs in after I felt that the hot dogs were cooked enough, and now I'm just mixing. At You'll see intervals of me leaving the spoon down. I'm really weird. I like to keep my kitchen clean as I'm going. So at this point, the eggs are cooked for me. I've already turned off the heat about 2 minutes before, only because they're going to sit for a minute. So I'm making tortillas. My kids eat tortillas with everything. The way to know a tortilla is done is when you see the bubbling on there. And yes, I have a comal or a griddle where I heat them up over the stove, and it's well loved. I had just made toast on it. So this is just a quick tutorial on something quick, something that I had from my childhood. Let me know in the comments if you've had hot dogs with eggs. You guys take care, subscribe, and follow for my next adventure. Thank you guys all for taking the time to watch this video. It's just a quick little fun video. Thanks guys, and there's the finished product. Hot dogs with eggs or weenies con huevo and tortillas. Thanks.